Bad predictions for Talladega Superspeedway. Will it be a race or a crash site? The new next-gen car model NASCAR introduced for the 2022 season has been a success in many ways, but a persistent problem with the severity of impacts drivers have suffered in routine accidents should worry everyone as the Cup Series returns to Talladega and the largest oval track on the racing calendar. NASCAR introduced the next-gen car with the hope that a dedicated car that required all teams to buy parts from the same supplier would level the playing field between large and small organizations and change the business model that kept many potential owners from entering the sport. In the run-up to Talladega, the next-gen car has regularly provided more equality in the field. Will safety be the biggest issue with the next-gen car as Talladega approaches? Let's take a closer look. Ryan Newman voiced his concerns about the safety of the next-gen car during the championship weekend at Phoenix Raceway in November 2021. He was preparing for his final race as a full-time Cup driver when he made comments that will only become more likely as the 2022 season progresses. "I don't feel it's safe," he told reporters. "I don't, after having a career of 20-plus years, want to go to a racetrack knowing I have a 9- and 10-year-old daughter and answer to blame myself for jumping into a car that wasn't safe just for fun." Newman said NASCAR officials haven't released data on the car's safety potential, although NASCAR mentioned in a July 2021 crash test at Talladega Superspeedway that served as the basis for decisions on the car's final design, and an independent panel of experts reviewed that crash evidence. Then the 2022 season began and drivers were hit harder, especially when the rear of the car hit the wall. Harder crashes during season should raise concern about Talladega race. Most notably, Kurt Busch backed into the Turn 3 wall during qualifying at Pocono Raceway on July 23rd and hasn't raced since because of a head injury. Alex Bowman said his crash Sunday at Texas Motor Speedway was the hardest crash of my life, and Cody Ware had to be taken from an ambulance on a stretcher because of pain in one of his ankles from a mid-race accident. Others have complained about the severity of the impacts they suffered in an August 28th crash at Daytona International Speedway, Talladega's sister track, and the only other 2.5-mile or larger superspeedway track on the racing calendar. Denny Hamlin even sat out an Xfinity Series race he was supposed to drive the following week because he was weakened from the wreck at Daytona. Car safety has become more of a topic of conversation as the season has progressed. "I'm concerned. I think everyone is concerned right now. I don't see how you could not be," Joey Logano said on September 1st during Playoff Media Day. "When you look at competitors and your own experiences being brutal in comparison to what the old car was, yeah, it's going to raise an eye." The Cup Series is now heading into the final superspeedway race of the season at Talladega, which could be one of the wildest races of the year as the 12 remaining drivers in the NASCAR playoffs remain tightly bunched in the points standings. Unfortunately, the nervousness is sure to increase before and during the race, as there are plenty of examples of how hard a crash can be with the next-gen car. NASCAR certainly has a problem it needs to solve in order to make the car as safe as possible for every driver that takes to the track. Let's hope these changes don't end up being a reaction to an incident that would take the fun out of an otherwise highly interesting racing season. Speaking of tire issues at Texas, Chase Elliott's NASCAR Cup Series title hopes are on the line after a blown tire knocked him out of the lead at Texas Motor Speedway. But minutes after hitting the safer barrier hard, the last thing he cared about was competing. "I just hope nobody gets hurt," Elliott said. "Outside of that, I really don't care." Elliott was one of 3 different drivers who crashed while leading during this chaotic 500-mile race. The race, which lasted more than 5 hours, was hard-fought and featured a record 19 leaders and 36 lead changes on a normally mundane 1.5-mile tri-oval. But the reasons made drivers and teams call this race one big disaster. Another record, 16 caution flags, was set when tires blew after about 35 laps on one of the fastest tracks in the sport. Some of those single-car incidents resulted in serious collisions with the outside wall. Cody Ware was placed on a stretcher by an ambulance, treated and released at the Infield Care Center, while Kevin Harvick complained of neck and back pain via Twitter. Another bad news is that Alex Bowman will miss the race at Talladega after experiencing concussion-like symptoms. Alex Bowman will not compete in Sunday's NASCAR Cup Series playoff race at Talladega Superspeedway after experiencing concussion-like symptoms following an accident in the September 25th event at Texas Motor Speedway. Bowman, the title-contending driver of the number 48 Alley Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 for Hendrick Motorsports, was evaluated by physicians today in Charlotte, North Carolina. Alex tweeted, "After undergoing medical evaluation due to concussion-like symptoms, I will not be driving the number 48 Alley Chevrolet in Talladega." Bowman said in a statement, "I'm disappointed, but know my health is the number one priority. I'm committed to follow all medical guidance to ensure I can return to competition as soon as possible." Noah Gragson will fill in for Bowman this weekend. The Las Vegas native has 13 Cup-level starts in 2022, with a best finish off 5th August 28th at Daytona International Speedway. The 24-year-old driver won the April 23rd NASCAR Xfinity Series event at Talladega. With safety and tires flooding NASCAR news and overshadowing the playoffs, can everyone put their emotions aside and work together to find common ground? What do you think about all this? Do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Well, that is it from this video. We sincerely hope that you liked seeing this video. Please subscribe to our channel if you would like to see more of the stuff that we produce.